All right, we've got the next limited time series. This one featuring Lamborghini Diablo SV. So, along with the car, of course, we get 50 gold upon completing the 15 tiers of race, 45 gold trophies, and some, I guess, 100,000 racing dollars, if you're counting those as well. So, this limited time series, of course, currently open and is running through November 4th, Monday, if you're on the Eastern Hemisphere. And if you're on the Western Hemisphere, it'll be Sunday, November 3rd. So check your calendar and plan accordingly, as always. But for this video, let's see if we can, as always, this is going to be a series overview video. So I'll run through confirm the PR requirement, which according to Fire Monkeys, it's 46.8. So we'll see if that is actually the case. There are a handful of occasions where it has not been the case, where they publish a number that's not what's in the game. So it's nice to kind of confirm, right? And we'll review the cost, upgrade path. I'm anticipating probably 3 upgrades in every category, 21 upgrades total. And considering the car is worth 400 gold if you're to buy it outright, and 50 gold is the reward, so that's 450 that we're getting by completing this limited time series. Upgrade cost is typically about half of that, so that would be about what, 225, give and take a few. So all right, Lamborghini Diablo SV Championship, earning 1995 Lamborghini Diablo SV by 100% completing this special limited time series. Evolution of a 90s icon, the Diablo SV bears the Super Veloce title that Lamborghini reserves for only its most high performance cars. Cool. Of course, Lamborghini Diablo has been asked to be included in the game as far as I can remember. A lot of fan base on this car, for very rightfully so. Anyway, let's pop into this series and see what we've got. So here's the 50 total reward, the gold reward, broken down into 25% completion increment. 5 for first 25%, 50% completion gives you 10 gold, 75 is 15, and 100% remaining 20, plus the car, of course. So we'll use gold and unlock all of them right away. And then we'll confirm. So mine is gonna be in blue finish. All right, Blue Devil, huh? All right, let's check into the tier 15 and see what we've got. The final cup is gonna be a Silverstone Grand Prix, 3 laps, and the moment of truth. Is it gonna be 46.8? The PR requirement, and it is. All right, so we're starting with a base PR of 32, and yep, let's put some upgrades on and see how far we get. All right, so first tier we got, looks like we're starting with racing dollar upgrade, which is good, and this is going to be just 1 hour R&D time. So, and the engine, we got 0.8 PR point boost. How much do we need? All right, so we're starting at 32. We need to go up to 46. So that is good 14.8 that we need to add, right? So if each tier gives us what, about 4.3 and 4.2, is that going to be enough? I think so, right? Or no, 3-tier. We got 3 upgrades, right? So it's gonna have to be divided into 3. So that's more like 5 point, about 5 PR point per tier is what we're gonna need. Right, we're not dividing into quarters. Like everything else is in quarters, right? All right, so 0.8 PR point boost for this engine upgrade. Of course, racing dollar upgrade. And then, let's see, 24,700 racing dollars for drivetrain, and that's going to be another 0.8 PR point boost. All right, and then the body, 19,600 racing dollars, and we get 0.6 point PR point boost. Lots of points there. And suspension, 22,700, and we're getting another 0.8 PR point boost. Right, so averaging mostly PR 0.8 PR point boost, so that's not bad. And exhaust 0.9, of course, that's always a good one for 22,400. Fairly comparable to the suspension, right? And then brakes, 0.7 PR point boost. Well, that's not too bad considering the cost is the cheapest, 17,300 racing dollars. And finally, tires and wheels, another 0.7 PR point boost. So same as brakes, but slightly more expensive, 20,800 racing dollars. All right, so with the combination of all first tier upgrades, how far does it bring our PR up to? Exactly 37. So let me punch that number in here and see. All right, so we got the 37 in there. That's exactly 5 PR point boost, of course. And let's go on to see, as predicted, if we get 5 PR point boost per tier, we should be getting pretty close to the what's required. And of course, second tier is going to be all gold, I'm assuming, following the trend, starting with this engine upgrade, which is 40 gold, 0.7 PR point boost, so that's a little bit less than the first tier upgrade. All right, and that unlocks, of course, the next tier racing dollar upgrade. All right, so I'm assuming that's going to be the trend, 38 gold for drivetrain, and that is going to be another 0.8 PR point boost, so drivetrain keeping up there. And then I'll come back for the third tier racing dollar upgrade once I'm done with the second tier. All right, and then the body is 30 gold for 0.6 PR point boost. And next, suspension, 34 gold for 0.7 PR point boost. All right. And exhaust, 34 gold, and we get 0.8 PR point boost, so that's pretty good for at least this tier of upgrades. And 0.7 PR point boost for brakes, 26 gold. All right, and finally, tires and wheels, we get 0.6 PR point boost, and for the cost of 32 gold. So how much was the total? 234 gold total. All right, and of course our PR is now up to 41.9, so that is 4.9 PR point boost. So if we get another, I guess, 4.9 identical PR boost on the third tier, we should reach the target of 46.8. Right, and they're all racing dollar upgrades. A 4-hour R&D time, if I remember correctly. Yes. So starting with engine, we got 0.8 PR point boost. So these racing dollar upgrades usually give us a greater PR point boost. You should notice that. Anyway, so we'll get that one for 59,800 racing dollars. And next we got drivetrain, another 0.8 PR point boost for 55,600 racing dollars. And next body is going to be 0.6 PR point boost for the cost of 44,200 racing dollars. Suspension is going to be 0.7 PR point boost, so not bad, and 51,000 racing dollars. And as I said earlier, they're all 4-hour R&D time, of course. And then exhaust, look at that, 0.9 PR point boost, even till the end. There we go. It's the last upgrade, of course, in this category for 50,400 racing dollars. And then the last upgrade for brakes, 39,000 racing dollars for 0.7 PR point boost. And finally, tires and wheels, 0.7 PR point boost for the cost of 46,800 racing dollars. All right, so the moment of truth. Is that going to be enough to get us to the target of 46.8? Now let's find out. And 46.9. All right, so we're slightly overshooting in that case. But that means racing dollar tiers of upgrades give us full 5 PR point boost, while the gold upgrade tier, the second tier, gives us slightly less, right? 4.9. So if you're counting racing dollar upgrade cost as well, first tier total was 154,100 racing dollars. Of course, that's 1 hour R&D time, something to keep in mind. And then the other racing dollar upgrade tier was, of course, the third tier upgrade, 4-hour R&D time. And the total cost for third tier alone is 346,800 racing dollars. So when you combine those two, it is 500,900 racing dollars. And of course, we get 100,000 of it back. So the net cost for racing dollar is in 400,000 range. And the gold cost is 234.50, of which we do get back. So the net gold cost is 184. And remember, the car is worth 400. And with the 234 gold worth of upgrades added, we're getting that for the net cost of 184. So that's not too bad, right? And the bonus series this car is featured in, by the way, you'll find it in Legends section called Lamborghini Legends. And the series features sort of that classic, iconic Lamborghinis, right? We got Miura, Countach, and Diablo. So those are the 3 cars featured in that bonus series. And the Diablo SV is the only one that can actually complete the final tier, because that bonus series requires a PR of 49.84% completion. But if you're not too concerned about 100% completing that series, which is worth 67 gold, I think with the limited time series PR on this car, if you win it by this limited time series, you should be able to complete, I think, 75%. So you'll get some extra gold back on top of the 50 that you get back from this limited time series. All right, so we got that covered. Oh, wake up, phone. Now let's run through the series itself real quick and see if we can see if we notice anything. I'm assuming tier 4 is gonna be where we have to get the gold upgrades, so let's check that first. So tier 4 Cup at Silverstone Bridge Grand Prix. What's the PR requirement here? It is 36.5. Wait, that is under 37. So this is of course worth 5 gold, so it's not for nothing. But that is doable with racing dollar upgrades alone. I am pleasantly surprised. So even if you cannot afford the car, you can still win 5 gold by getting racing dollar upgrades on this car. So, and you get to test out a new car in the game. So what's to complain about, right? So, all right, that's cool. All right. And then tier 8 is, of course, well, where you're going to claim the 50% completion reward. But you don't need all 3 gold trophies here. You need only 2. So really, technically, PR requirement for tier 7 is what's required for tier 8 completion. And it is 39.1. So that is, of course, doable. Well, it's beyond what you get with the first tier racing dollars alone. But at this point, I'd assume if you're this far into the series, you have the second tier upgrades, the gold upgrades already done, which brings your PR up to 41.9 as we saw earlier. And then, yeah, then you probably have the third tier racing dollar upgrades already on their way. So, yeah. So that's that. And tier 12, you need 1 gold trophy here to claim the 75% completion rewards. So once again, tier 11 cup is technically the PR requirement that you need to make it past in order to claim that. Although at this point, this is kind of a moot point, because if you're in this far, you probably have all the upgrades necessary that we looked at earlier. So PR requirement here is 42.5. So that, yeah. I want to say tier 10 is where we typically get stuck with the second tier upgrades. Tier 9, we should be able to get past. So that should be under 41.9, and it is 40.7. But once we get to tier 10, this should be beyond 41.9. Oh, no, it's 41.5. So for this limited time series, apparently we can get 1 more than what we normally get. All right, so tier 11, of course, the PR requirement here was 42.5, which is beyond what you can do with the second tier upgrades. So by the time you get to this point, tier 11, you probably won at least some of those third tier racing dollars done. And most likely, if you get them all at once, they'll be done at the same time. So, all right, now actual series. Okay, we start with head-to-head at the long road circuit of Leipzig circuit, Porsche test track, single lap. All right, so that should be pretty easy. And then elimination at Dubai International Circuit. All right, it's an elimination, so maybe we can play some blockade, although International Circuit can be a little tricky. All right, and then to wrap up tier 1, we got Cup at Suzuka Grand Prix, single lap, and of course, because it's tier 1, there is no PR requirement. Now, tier 2, we got Speed Snap at Brands Hatch, Hunter at the Brickyard Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course. That's a full lap, of course, and the Cup is going to be at Daytona Road Course. And this one, of course, there's going to be a PR requirement. It's a single lapper. Rolling start, most likely. Yes, PR requirement is 34.7, so we do need at least a couple, if not more, upgrades to get past tier 2. And will the car be in red by this point? We got 3 full lap of Grand Prix circuits, more or less, right? We got a head-to-head at the long road circuit, Suzuka Grand Prix single lap, and we got a full lap at the Indianapolis road course, and we got a full lap at Daytona road course. So I'm assuming by the time you get to tier 3, the car will be in red, which speed record at Dubai Hill, I don't think is going to pose any issue, but drag race is always a question mark. But if this one goes like the last one, the Aventador SVJ limited time series, perhaps this won't be an issue. meaning maybe we'll be able to get through this limited time series without servicing the car once, which can be quite handy since this car only has really combined 5 hours of upgrade time. So if you're really determined, you can run through the entire limited time series in one swoop, right? Anyway, we got 3-lapper Monza Junior course Cup. What's the PR requirement here? It is 35.8. Right. Okay, Tier 4, we got Endurance at Circuit of the Americas Club Circuit, Autocross at Mount Panorama, and the Cup, of course, as we looked at earlier, is at Silverstone Bridge Grand Prix, 2 laps. And this is, of course, one of those instances where PR requirement is lower than your first tier racing dollar upgrades. So there you go, 36.5. Good deal. So free 5 gold. I know. Don't spend them all at once. To be had even if you don't plan on going all the way. All right, moving on. Tier 5. We got Hunter at Berlin, Elimination at Red Bull Ring, National Circuit, and the Cup at Hockenheim Grand Prix, 2 laps. All right, and the PR requirement 37.4. All right, let's move on to Tier 6. We got Speed Snap at Spa, head-to-head at the 24-hour circuit in this car. Ooh, single lap. And the Cup is going to be at Melbourne, 4 laps. And the PR requirement, 38.3. All right, moving on. Tier 7, we got Endurance at Mazda Raceway. So depending on how well you've been training the bots, your distance target may vary. But Tier 7, if you've been doing some serious bot training, you could bring it down to like just 2 or 3 kilometers as the distance to cover if you're trying to minimize the distance. Anyway, then we got Autocross at Nurburgring Grand Prix. Autocross at Nürburgrings are always long, so I'm anticipating that's going to be like a minute. And then we got a Cup at Mount Panorama, probably a couple of laps here. Yep, 2 laps. We looked at this earlier, didn't we? PR requirement 39.1. All right, then Tier 8, the 50% completion tier. We got Elimination at Catalunya Club. Another drag race, this time at Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course. Does venue really make that much of a difference? Not really, I don't think. And then Cup is going to be at another Daytona Speedway, but this time it's going to be a motorcycle course. 2 laps with the PR requirement of 40 even. All right, and moving on, Tier 9, we got Hunter at Porsche Test Track Short Road Circuit. And head-to-head at Silverstone National, most likely a single lap, yep. And then Cup at the Grand Prix circuit of the Americas. 2 laps with the PR requirement of 40.7. All right, Tier 10, we got Endurance at Suzuka East. So once again, that distance, well, Endurance, the venue is somewhat irrelevant because, you know, if you have a long distance target, you just have to put higher number laps in shorter tracks, and so on. Anyway, and then we got a speed record at Nurburgring Sprint circuit. And the Cup to wrap up Tier 10 is going to be at Bugatti circuit, 3 laps with the PR requirement of 41.5. On to Tier 11, we got Speed Snap at Hockenheim Short. I think that one's doable, typically even in red. We'll see. Autocross at the National Circuit of Red Bull Ring. And Cup is at Dubai International Circuit, 3 laps, and the PR requirement of 42.5. That is like the least of my favorite at Dubai. I like all the others. I like Hill, I like Grand Prix, I like Club, I like National, I like Oval. International is like one that I don't like. And of course, we got the. It seems like they just throw that at me. Maybe more of you guys enjoy that circuit. I don't know why I don't like that one. I think I actually know why I don't like that one. It takes away all the fun part of the track. The little curvy hills. They take that away, you know? So don't care for that. But anyway, moving on. Tier 12, we got Elimination as Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix. So Elimination at Circuit of the Americas, I think the first corner is close enough that we should be able to reach before getting eliminated right away at the beginning. So it should be okay in critical condition. We got head-to-head and Mount Panorama, single lap. And the Cup at Spa, 2 laps with the PR requirement of 43.6. All right, Tier 13, we got Endurance at Melbourne, Hunter at Monza Road Course, and the Cup at Catalunya Grand Prix, 3 laps, and the PR requirement is 44.7. Moving on to Tier 14, Speed Snap at Mazda Raceway, speed record at Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. That, I suppose if you turn around at the beginning, typically we can get that done even in critical condition, as long as you've got your bots trained relatively well. And then the Cup at Nurburgring Grand Prix, 3 laps with the PR requirement of 45.8. And the final tier, we got head-to-head at the dynamic circuit of Leipzig Circuit Porsche Test Track. That's going to be a short one, just a single lap. And then we got another drag race, so it's going to be at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. So, well, hopefully that won't be too bad. And then, so there are 3 drag races in this series. Interesting. All right, the final cup, Silverstone Grand Prix. 3 laps, and as we looked at it earlier, PR requirements 46.8, which you can reach by getting 3 upgrades across the board. I believe it's the cheapest, although we do get slightly higher. By slightly, I mean 0.1 PR point higher than what's required for the total cost of 234 gold. So there we go. So that is the series overview. So hope you guys found the information useful. As usual, click that like button if you found the information likable, I guess. And yeah, the next video, we'll see if we can get those first tier upgrades on the car and start making some progress through this limited time series so we can win this car. So stay tuned for tier 1 playthrough, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.